Good morning and welcome to our kitchen. I'm Gordy Galusha.
I'm Nancy Ostresh.
Today we're going to be making a savory chicken pie and also a Thanksgiving dish called pumpkin cobbler. And we're going to start off with me today.
Yep.
Okay. Have to get it done so I can get it in the oven. So in my bowl here I have brown sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, 1.5 cups of pumpkin puree, half a cup of maple syrup, 1 egg, and cinnamon and vanilla and nutmeg, and I'm going to mix it up. It's not going to take too long to make this. I had it pretty well in everything in my bowl. Just make sure you get it all mixed up nice and get everything all in there, the pumpkin and the maple syrup and the eggs and everything. So that should be pretty good. So I have a 9-inch pan here that I have sprayed with Pam, and I'm going to put my pumpkin in my dish. It doesn't take very long to make this, and this is a good dish that you can make for Thanksgiving dinner. If you get a chance to have Thanksgiving dinner with your family. Okay, I'm going to spread that out. Okay, I've made a crumb mixture. And in my bowl here, I have 3/4 cup of sugar, flour, 3/4 cup of rolled oats, and a fourth of a cup of brown sugar, and 1/3 a cup of butter that I have mixed all up. And I'm going to put it on top of my pumpkin. As I said, it doesn't take very long to make this, so you could make one for yourself, one for your neighbor if you wanted to. I try to make pumpkin bread for my neighbors, but I don't know if I can even get it over to their house. But anyway, we'll see how that works out. Okay, there's that. And make sure you spread it all out, just like that, and that's what it's supposed to look like. And you put it in a 350-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Try to keep an eye on it so you can tell when it is done. And so I'm going to set my timer for 25 minutes. I'll set it in between. There. Okay, that's that for my pumpkin cobbler. Next to Nancy.
Okay, thank you, Gordy. I believe this is program number 260.
260?
Yep, 260.
Oh my goodness.
So, I have a savory chicken pie, and I'm sure there are, I don't know how many different recipes for chicken pie, pot pie, whatever. And I believe you could also substitute turkey for this particular recipe. It looked a little different, so I thought, well, let's try it. I'm going to start out, first of all, in my mixing bowl here. I have half a cup, which is a stick of butter or margarine, and it is melted and soft. And I'm going to add to it 1 cup of sour cream, and an egg.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now to that mixture, I'm going to add a cup of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of rubbed sage. I didn't use quite a teaspoon of the sage, and I did use the Bell's turkey that I used last week, stuffing recipe, so I've got a few other herbs in with it, but I don't use it very often. I said, well, let's use that just to keep using it. So I'm going to add this to the butter, egg, and sour cream. I'm going to do it slowly. Hopefully it's said it's going to be sticky. Well, we'll see. With clean hands, I'm going to pour this into a 10-inch pie plate. And try to okay. You want to swirl it around. I thought I was going to have to use my fingers to get it all around, but it seems to be working pretty good with the spoon. Try to get it even. Meanwhile, I am heating up a fry pan with 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine. And I'm going to saute until crisp, tender, some vegetables. And it called for a half a cup of each. I did a little bit more than a half a cup of each of these vegetables. I have some sliced carrots. I have a little more, a half a cup of sliced mushrooms, a half a cup of green pepper, a half a cup of red sweet pepper, and about a half a cup of chopped onion. Now we're going to break while I get these cooked down, and I'll be back and continue on with the recipe. Okay, I've cooked my carrots, red pepper, green pepper, onion, mushrooms down, and they look pretty good. And I'm going to add 2 cups of cubed cooked chicken. Now, I didn't have a rotisserie chicken, or I hadn't cooked any kind of chicken breast or anything, so I didn't have any previously cooked chicken, but I did have the canned chicken breast. And a 12.5-ounce can of the chicken breast was just the 2 cups that I needed. And I have substituted before, and that canned chicken breast works. And as I said before, turkey would be okay too. We're doing this getting close to Thanksgiving, so we're always looking for alternative recipes to use up the turkey. Okay, mix that in. And now I'm also going to add a can of cream of chicken soup. See what works better, spoon or fork. Doesn't say anything about thinning it with anything, but I did save some of the juice that comes with the chicken. I'm just going to add a little bit. Got my pie plate here. And I'm going to pour the chicken mixture in. I hear your bell, Gordy.
I hear the dingling. It's ding. It's a ding-a-dingin'.
Finish this off. I'm going to sprinkle, but not on all of it because I do have somebody that, that will like but doesn't like the dairy. So I have a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese.
Okay, I'll leave it in here 5 more minutes.
This is going to go into a 400-degree oven.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So it's going into a How do
for
we do
30,
this?
35 minutes.
400.
Yep.
Whoops.
Okay. We will finish our cooking or baking, and I believe we will be at the table when we come back. Welcome back to our table now. We've finished baking our dessert and our main dish, and this is program number 260. I made another different edition of a chicken pie, and this one was called Savory Chicken Pie, which wasn't too bad to put together. I think it's a little different because the crust was a mixture of sour cream, butter and margarine, and an egg, first mixing together, and then I added the flour, baking powder, some salt, and some sage. And I did use the Bell's seasoning. I don't use it too often, so I thought, well, I'll use that because that's got more herbs in it. So that was all mixed together, and then it was spread in this pie plate up to the bottom and the sides. And the mixture I poured into it was sauteing onion, carrot, green pepper, red pepper, and mushrooms. I sauteed it down, then added 2 cups of cubed cooked chicken, and I'm saying why not turkey too if you've got some to get the leftovers. And then also a can of the cream of chicken soup. That's all mixed together and poured into that different crust. And then I sprinkled the top with 3/4 of a cup of grated cheese. Now, this one I left some without the cheese because there's if someone has a problem with lactose, and which we have somebody that I have to be careful with. So this part with the cheese is nice and browned and crusty, and this part is without the cheese. So it's baked for 35 minutes or so, and then you let it stand for a few minutes, and we'll see how it is when we cut it. How about dessert, Gordy?
Today I made a Thanksgiving dessert, which is fast. It's really easy to make, and it's really good for for your turkey dinner. This is what it looks like. And what I did, I made a pumpkin batter and a crunchy batter, and that has some flour and some rolled oats and some brown sugar, butter and cinnamon and baking soda and pumpkin puree, maple syrup I put in, and a large egg. And then I added vanilla, nutmeg, and ginger, mixed it all up and put it on the bottom of my pan. And then I mixed up my cobbler top, which is of flour and quick oats and brown sugar and butter, and I mixed it up and made a crumble and put on top of the pumpkin, and I baked it for 25 to 30 minutes in a 350-degree oven, and this is what it looks like. And this is what it looks like when it's out of the pan, and you serve that with whipped cream. Whoops. And this is a good dessert for Thanksgiving, and hope you try it. And that is it for our food that we made. And if you'd like any of these recipes, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Dalton Community Cable, 151 Park Avenue, Dalton, Mass. 01226. And that's all from our kitchen today. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and a safe one.